The expectations are extremely low for the president and the caucus to get anything of significance through Congress in this legislative environment, which is why the caucus asked the president to use legislative action. Poverty and criminal justice reform are two areas of which many black people, or many people in the black community rather, have been disappointed that there hasn't been more progress during the Obama administration. CBC Congressional Black Caucus Chairman Representative G.K. Butterfield, in a press conference after the meeting, said the caucus members asked Obama to use executive action to help the members send federal funds to nearly 500 U.S. counties with persistent poverty rates of 20% or more that has been maintained for 30 years or more. He told us that he fully understands the challenges that we face and he's willing to work with us and find creative ways to address poverty in these communities. We are very pleased with his response, Butterfield said. In the area of criminal justice reform, the chairman said they had a very robust conversation, not only about police misconduct and prosecutorial misconduct, but the need to reform the whole criminal justice system and to find creative ways of reducing the incarceration rate. Butterfield said that they emphasize that the body cameras are not going to get the job done. We need ways of getting better officers on the street with community policing and sensitivity training. Do you think sensitivity training is going to stop?
Waste of time. Wait, but think about it.
I wonder how that works
But
at
think about it.
sensitivity training.
When you go to sensitivity training, you go for what, a week?
I don't know.
How could you undo something that you've been doing for
Will it
40
have
years
to
of
be
your
some
life
really
in a week?
really effective training.
What's that?
Really effective training.
Can undo something that you've been doing for the last 35 years in one week?
That could deprogram a
Okay.
person from being
Send me to
criminal.
training. Send me to training to speak American. Speak like Americans speak. Give me a whole week.
I could probably do that for you. I could get
And I
rid of
can
your
guarantee
accent
you-
for you.
When I come back, ain't much going to be different.
But you and anyone else have the ability to code switch. So you can
Yes.
turn on the Trinity
Absolutely.
accent
But that's
if you
what I'm
want
trying
and
to
turn
tell
it
you.
off. Huh?
Yeah, since I can.
So, but you're not going to try to take it away. So maybe
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take it away.
take away someone's lack of sensitivity.
Mindset.
Okay.
You're trying to take away a mindset that's been embedded into you for years and giving me a weak sensitivity training and say, okay, when you see black people, you shouldn't judge them. Okay, good. I'm not going to judge them unless they got a hood on, right? Or unless I see something bulging out their waist. Or unless I'm seeing them in a black car with tinted windows, a black 750 BMW with tinted windows. I want to know, how did he get that car? Is it possible there may be drugs in that car? So I may tend to want to pull that car over. Find a reason to pull that car over. It for some people, it's not bad for all people, but overall, it's useless. It's better you tell a guy, listen, you know what? We're going to give you a month with no pay.
If what?
If you don't change your behavior. The only time humans understand.
Don't tell me that they have to have some financial incentive.
Absolutely.
So there's your extrinsic motivation.
Extrinsic.
So you don't believe in any intrinsic.
There are intrinsic, but intrinsic from a form of getting you to do better. All right? And you not giving them, sending them to a seminar is not an intrinsic reward. It's not a reward. However, if they treat people equally, and I look at your record, for example, last year, and this could be faked as well. Last year, you had 50 people that you stopped, and 49 and a half of them were black people, right? And the other half was a mixed individual, mixed race person, half white, half black. So really you stopped 50 people, right? And then I see you that next year you stopped 20 people, and it was a diverse set of people that you stopped. I could say, okay, right? But then again, that could be a thing where is that the police now decides that, okay, I'm going to be careful with who I stop and make sure that I stop. So it has to be some type of incentive. I don't know how you're going to do it, but there has to be some type of reward and consequences for your actions. So if you're caught doing wrong things, instead of us trying to...
So, I mean, do you have any scientific proof that sensitivity training does not work? I mean, you know, I'm sorry, this is the way they do it. You got to come up with some facts.
Well, but you just throw it out to me. You know, you want me to come up with facts today?
No.
I could research it and come up with some facts. No,
you do stuff like that to me. So. Well, let me get 2 more paragraphs on this. President Obama has 23 more months in office, and the Congressional Black Caucus is committed to making sure he can finish strong on behalf of the communities we represent and on behalf of the nation. New York Congressman Hakeem Jeffrey said in an appearance on News One Now. Although the economy has improved significantly under this president, it still has a ways to go. African American unemployment numbers are still disproportionately high. Representative Gwen Moore of Wisconsin said New Jersey Cory Booker was present at the meeting and said Booker has been working on criminal justice reform in the Senate with Republicans who realize the astronomical incarceration rate is busting the budget. The Voting Rights Act, the state of historically black colleges and universities, federal student loans, and the economic recovery were among additional topics that the caucus discussed with the president. According to Butterfield, who said they impressed upon the president that while the recovery is indisputable, Black America continues to be in a state of emergency.
Okay.
So, we have a black president, but life for black people has not necessarily...
Still in the sub-basement.
Yeah, gotten better. Do you think he's kind of afraid or something? Or?
Oh, come on. He's not afraid. It has nothing to do with afraid. It's all about finance.
Finance?
Yeah.
How do you figure that?
Who put you there? Who financed the campaign?
In that way. So forget the idea of being popularly elected.
No.
That's not really...
Yeah,
you know what? I mean, no, that's the...
You're popular because I was able to finance the campaign for you to become popular. I was able to spend the money in the right places to make you even more popular. So when I spend my money to put you there, what do you think I expect in return?
Well, you know what? That's... in the political science AP world, that's called, you have 2 types of representation. There's the descriptive representation, where you represent people who sort of look and think like you, where you represent substantively the people that have invested in you, and the corporations or whomever, the interest groups.
Like GMO, genetically modified foods?
Yeah, the Monsanto people. Among others, and the banks, and the Chase, and
they have invested
all the
in
rest
the
of them
on Capitol Hill. And when I invest in you, you can't go and do otherwise. You can't.
Yes, you can. What are they going to do? Kill you?
No, listen. That's suicide. That's political suicide.
He's got 23 more months. I mean, it doesn't really matter because what can he do when you have a Congress that is so anti anything? There was an article I was looking at yesterday that said Ron Paul, that the president wants to take away money from the budget for, I don't know if it was military or whatever, so he can invest it more in food stamps.
So you can give to the poor, yeah. That's what it is. So here is this article. This is Phillipsburg High School. Sensitivity program leaves students in tears. Do sensitivity program works? A poll.
Okay.
In the wake of the hanging wrestling dummy incident by members of the Phillipsburg wrestling team, the district decided to hold assemblies hosted by a number of professionals whose job is to teach racial and ethnic sensitivity to students. The first in a series of assemblies hosted by a detective from the... there they go wrong right away. The first in a series of assembly hosted by a detective from the Monmouth County Prosecutor Office, meant to promote diversity, went over like a proverbial fart in the church, sending one kid home crying to her mother and some others saying how much they hated white people. Success. The presentation had mainly to do with the fallout of hate speech, depicting violent images, showing one which made national news at the time, which a black man was dragged behind a pickup truck by a group of whites some years ago in Texas. According to this story from NewJersey.com, Kim Williams, mother of sophomore Kenya Alla, who is black, since her daughter came home in tears, distressed at what she had seen. According to Williams, Kenya did not like the violent imagery shown during the assembly and told her mother that students cried and attempted to walk out the program. One film shown was Jasper, Texas, which depicts the true story of James Byrd, who was dragged to his death from a pickup truck by 3 white supremacists. Williams said her daughter saw an image of a man's hairs being torn off in the video, and that students were told they could not leave the program, but they could put their heads down if they felt uncomfortable. Oh my God. So it goes on and on and on, right? Whatever message he was trying to send, they didn't get it, she said of the program. I'm not in the mental health profession. However, I would imagine the natural reaction to seeing the outcomes of hateful behavior will be to hate even more the perpetrators. Is this necessarily serving the purpose that administrators had in mind when they set the program up in the first place? Short answer, no. So one has to wonder what can expect from future assemblies meant to foster a climate of mutual respect if resentment is going to be the natural outcome. And I have to wonder if anyone who ever gone through any kind of sensitivity training has had the same reaction. Do sensitivity training works? And then, of course, they give a, let me see if I say no vote, what it comes up with. Well, people were voting, and then they said, do sensitivity training works? 79.41% says no. It only breeds resentment.
Wow.
14.71% yes, they allow you to walk a mile in the other guy's shoes. And other 5.88%. I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. It's so absolute. You know what I'm telling you. You know what that's like? That's like me eating mango for the first 18 years of my life. And then I come to America, and all of a sudden you want to tell me, answer, mango is no good for you. Or you want to stop me from eating mango. You sending me to a mango training class to stop me from eating mango. No. It's going.
Well, and so, okay, but that analogy is not good enough. Here, I want you to look this up for me. I mean, that's like saying, okay, just like you, oh, well, you should just start eating healthy and run a mile every day. How am I going to start that when that's not...
That's what's going on. That's what's happening.
That's not the one I want. Put that
okay.
one.
Yeah, that's what it is. Exactly what it is. It's like...
But you believe that people could just turn stuff around like that.
No. It takes time. It takes time. It's, for example, if I'm coming from Trinidad and it's always... and it drops from 90 degrees to 89 degrees on a cold night, right? On a cold night, it drops down to 89 degrees. And I come to America, and now all of a sudden, I got to deal with 15 and 10 degrees. You think you can send me to a cold training class for me to be able to deal with the cold? Think about it. He's answering, okay, we're going to send you to a cold sensitivity training class so you can now know how to deal with the cold. It's crazy. I'm telling you, people come up with these programs to make all this sort of money. Diversity training.
So you believe the best way to
there has to be some financial component.
It's this one right there.
Yeah, there has to be a financial component. Not
so
to everything.
Don't kill any black people this month and...
No. When a police kills a person, they go on death duty. They take away their gun and they go on death duty. Right? And they don't get indicted. Then they work out a deal with the union. We retire. Give me my pension. and let me go away and leave the police force alone.